Both my parents were alive when polio made its rounds, and my mom tells me that this feels very similar, that everyone stayed at home and they were fearful of interacting. Well, so when we walk into the building, whether it's in the office or the hospital, they're screening us by asking us a series of questions and checking our temperature. I've seen a handful of very sick COVID-19 patients in the intensive care units in the last week. Um, it makes it harder being at work. I mean, I'm eager to go to work because I'm feel privileged that I'm able to be helpful to so many sick people and to my fellow physicians and nurses and staff. I knew, or I was pretty sure I wanted to be a doctor since I was a little kid, actually. Since I was about 8 years old, I was always interested in biology and the human body. I had an uncle who was a doctor. Most everyone in my family, a large family, most everyone were business people and lawyers. And my one uncle who was a physician, I was very close with and really looked up to him. And just that whole amalgamation of factors kind of led me down this path toward being a physician. There's an incredible privilege that you're allowed into the intimate, personal details of people's health and families. Um, there's such a deep relationship because it's such an important um, set of issues that we deal with. So I really enjoy the relationship I have with my patients, and most of them I consider my friends. Patients in the hospital are much more sick. There are a lot more people on ventilators and in critical care. Um, there's a lot of stress and intensity in the hospitals because of how contagious this coronavirus is. And it's just a very intense, very highly stressful time. We will develop vaccines against this virus. So in future years, it will still be dangerous, but on a much smaller scale, and not nearly as many people will be at risk of being infected. I, as an optimist, do believe there are other good things that will come out of this. I think people will probably have a greater appreciation for contemplative time, time by themselves, time with their family, um, with meaningful interactions, not just going to a ball game or a movie or going shopping, but actually hanging out and talking. What's the first thing I'm gonna do? The first thing I think I'm going to want to do, and I base this in the fact that I lived in Boston for a few years, and the winter was so long and so dense, and the days so short that we never saw the light of day in a workday because of our workday schedule, that when spring finally came and the first weekend that there was sunlight and no snow on the ground, everyone went to the parks. And it was just this amazing, vibrant, ecstatic experience of being outside in sunlight with other people. Um, I think the first thing I want to do is just something at a social area with lots of people that I don't know, and just everyone sharing the joy of getting past this.